Pay attention to this Bitcoin chart right now, because this pump is literally crazier than the time I was screaming into a plunger in front of thousands of people on the internet. And we're going to be talking about exactly what is going to be happening next, why we've gotten this big move to the upside, and what we need to be focused on in the future. I think we could possibly hit our juicy target of $130,000 Bitcoin. So make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell for notifications, because we are bringing you the juiciest Bitcoin updates here on YouTube. And yes, Bitcoin is of course bouncing from the level that we've been prepared for in the Casper Crew VIP Discord literally for weeks. And this morning, as the price was bouncing from that key level, $111,649.20, I let my community know I have taken the long trade because we're bouncing from that single print. This is what we do in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where we have a trade given in advance. We let people know what we are doing, and of course, we lock in the juiciest profits. You can join the community at jasoncaspertrading.com, where myself and 3 other instructors are literally walking you through exactly what they are looking at on the charts, live streaming multiple times a day, sharing your entries, take profits, all that. Make sure to check it out. Also, if you want to trade Bitcoin and altcoins along with me, I'm currently trading on KCEX, literally the lowest fees in the game. I absolutely love this exchange. I'm also trading on BLOFIN, a great exchange, rewards, and a whole bunch of cool stuff here on BLOFIN. And of course, ANTARCTIC, decentralized exchange. So what happens next with Bitcoin? We got to build a little bit of context. First of all, and I think this is very, very important, the Bitcoin price has broken out of an 8-month zone of resistance. When we look at the chart here, going all the way back pretty much to December 2024, after Trump wins the election, we have this 8-month, very important area of resistance. Now we have broken out. We spent almost 2 months above the level. As long as the price is holding this box, we expect more upside. Also, as we are getting a slow, grindy move to the downside, we have been watching the chart forming bullish signs as we are leading into Jerome Powell giving a press conference. This morning, he gave a speech discussing his outlook on the economy, specifically regarding inflation. And he came out very dovish. In other words, it seems like they're going to cut rates in September. Now, I do not trade the news. However, I understand that a lot of people do trade the news. And what's the most common thing to happen with some kind of fundamental news event when it comes to trading? Buy the rumor, sell the news. So my hypothesis this whole time is that Friday, which is today, will initiate a big pump, which will lead us into the middle of September, around the 17th of September, where we see a new all-time high, where whether or not Jerome Powell cuts rates or not, I expect that we would obviously start to see a pullback from that point. Now, as we're coming down to this area, when we take a look at our oscillator, market Cipher B, what are we seeing here? We're seeing a very, very bullish pattern printing. As the price is making a lower low into a very key 8-month support, we are seeing market Cipher B on the daily time frame give us a deep momentum wave and a shallow momentum wave, and we're also seeing the money flow getting higher over time. This is known as the Sam Bankman-Fried bullish man boob pattern. Some people call it the uneven butt cheek pattern, where you have a very juicy, big left cheek full of gravy and ravioli, and the right cheek is very skinny, like that waitress, the one who works at the diner you always go to with your friends, right? She still smokes inside like it's 1985, and she kind of talks like this with the raspy voice from smoking too many cigarettes with the Brooklyn accent. Hey, Jason, get over here. You want another cup of coffee? Now, as the price is grinding down to support, take a look here. Look at the butt cheeks. Where's the tip money? It's in the skinny right cheek. That's right. So we got the skinny right cheek, unconformed yet. No green dot. But so far, we see a bullish divergence with the bullish money flow. Now, as we go to our 8-hour time frame, what do we see? Bullish divergences locally, right here. And we can see this is actually a triple drive of bullish divergence. In fact, we have, if we take a brush tool, we have 1, 2, 3 butt cheeks. This is known in the New England Journal of Medicine as a tricheecular formation, a very bullish pattern. The last time we saw a tricheecular formation on Bitcoin, guess where it was? Man, it was back in April, way at the bottom of the chart, back in April. Would you take a look at this right here? We have ourselves 1, 2, 3, that tricheecular formation with the money float getting higher. So what happens next? Well, in my opinion, guys, here is what we really need to pay attention to. Whenever you come down to the bottom of a range, you always need to be looking for a fake out, right? Now, what has happened here is we came below the fair value zone, this blue line right here. This is where the market, for the past few weeks, basically going all the way back to July 10th, has established anything below this blue line is considered cheap Bitcoin. So when you come down below the blue line, you expect to move back to the top of the range. Well, right now, we've come down below that blue line. We stayed there for 1, 2, 3 days. Now, this fourth day, we have gotten a very bullish engulfing candle back inside this fair value zone. What does this mean? It means the probabilities right now say that our target is around $120,000. Probabilities are highest that we should come up and we come and touch that $120,000 at the top of the fair value zone, where historically Bitcoin has been considered overvalued. Okay, now, what do we need to really watch? If this daily candle closes above the price of 115.3, let's say, it's the fair value zone low, very, 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 very bullish. If for some reason we get to move back down and we close below, not looking so great. All right. Also, we want to definitely see a weekly close this Sunday, that's in 2 days, above this key level. If we do, then I have to fully believe that we're going to see a new all-time high. Why? Because the cheeks don't lie. When you see a bullish divergence with the money flow and the momentum on market Cipher B, this is very, very bullish. This is a bullish continuation pattern that we have been seeing from basically back in April, where we got our trichecular formation. That was our bottom pattern. Then we come to back test $100,000 with a juicy trigger wave. And that $100,000 trade, of course, was a setup we gave in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. I mean, we have been calling these bottoms in real time, guys, in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. The setup given in advance from $100,000, telling everybody I'm taking the long trade. Boom. Would you look at that? Okay. Then we go ahead and we make another continuation pattern at $112,000, which, of course, in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, we also gave in real time. It's pretty crazy because the setup is given in advance. And when I tell the community that I'm going long at 11 a.m., it's literally, if we look at what happened at 11 a.m., I was giving it from the exact bottom right there. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? August 5th at 11 a.m., we gave on that exact bottom. That is pretty crazy. So now we're getting another continuation pattern as we're coming back down for a double retest. And so I do have to believe that an all-time high is coming. What are some resistances to be aware of? Well, the most obvious one, and in my opinion, the major one, is going to be our Fibonacci golden pocket retracement and our fair value high zone. That's going to be coming in around $119,000 to $120,000. If the Bitcoin price does not put in a lower high here and get a rejection, right, then we are most likely, I'd say there's a 90% shot that we're going to see continued move to the upside here. Now, I also want to talk about some other assets. I want to talk about Ethereum real quick, because Ethereum also, guys, yesterday we were saying how bullish ETH looked on the daily. And we were saying if we get a move above $4,300, very, very bullish, we can expect all-time highs. Well, what do you know? We get the reclaim of that level and boom, we shoot straight up. Now, look at the daily on ETH right now. When you see the money flow on market Cipher B getting thicker like this, and we're printing these trigger waves, this green dot, continued direction, continued momentum, continued money coming in, this is very, very bullish. And this is lining up perfectly with the narrative that we have been trading for the whole summer, right? The narrative was this. We want to see Bitcoin make a new all-time high. Bitcoin made a new all-time high. We want to see Bitcoin ranging above the all-time high without losing the all-time high. That has happened. Through the lens of Bitcoin being very bullish, leading into the last few months of a bull run, when we see ETH printing these bottomed out signals on the monthly time frame, a green dot below the zero line on market Cipher B in a bull market. We were talking about this back in June, saying we are not prepared for how bullish this is going to be. All right. In just a few days, the 2-month market Cipher B is going to confirm a green dot. This is going to be absolutely amazing, in my opinion. And again, this is not financial advice, but I myself personally am absolutely heavily invested in Bitcoin, in ETH and Bitcoin. But ETH, I'm expecting new highs. And when we look at some of these charts here, guys, like ETH, when we look at charts like Avax, and we're seeing like, wow, look at Avax right now, about to confirm a green dot on the monthly time frame. All right, Avax is where ETH was back in May, an unconfirmed green dot. When you see the risk to reward potential here, for these high cap altcoins like Avax, Avalanche, where the upside potential is massive compared to the downside potential. When we look at assets like Cardano, where the upside potential is massive compared to the downside potential. And when we see that we are printing bullish signs on the chart, like bullish divergences and monthly green dots that are about to print. After breaking out, I mean, look at Cardano. We have bullish divergences right here. Then we make a higher high, we make a higher low, we make a higher high, we make a higher low to backtest the support resistance flip. We're doing so into key Fibonacci support with bullish divergences. It's pretty crazy. And if we go and put this on log scale, we can see that potentially here even we are forming a giant kind of cup and handle right here, where we got our cup, our handle, and now we're breaking out of this wedge where we can look for our target, a conservative target of a $5 Cardano. If we just pull this little risk to reward ratio here, you can see even given Cardano coming back down below it's low, it's still 6 times more upside than downside for a $5 Cardano, which in my opinion is a very conservative target. So all things considered here, I have to be super bullish. I have to be super bullish. And this bullish engulfing candle on the daily time frame for Bitcoin, the fact that we are back inside the fair value zone, the fact that we saw so many shorts opening up, grinding down slowly over the past week just to get absolutely squeezed in a matter of 4 hours. Would you look at the 4-hour candle? Look at that 4-hour candle, man. There were so many shorts opening up here, right? We go to an order flow chart. Look at the shorts that were opening up this whole way down. If we zoom out here, look at these shorts, man. Look at all these shorts. That is crazy, all right? And there's still a lot open. There's still a lot open that can get absolutely squeezed. So look, obviously this ain't no financial advice, but I'm feeling pretty dang bullish on Bitcoin, and I'm expecting that we get a rally leading up into September, and then we see altcoins absolutely explode. If I'm wrong, it would really suck, all right? That's it for today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. May God bless everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah. I pray you and your family are super blessed, and I'll see everybody next time. Peace.